What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and let's get a little spicy, okay? So I had a lot of things saved in my phone as it pertains to Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I decided might as well just do a standalone spicy corner. So let's get into it, okay? So first up, let's get the sad news out the way first. It seems as though everybody getting cancer. My God, today. Please go get checked on, y'all. Please go to the doctor because I think this was posted on Sunday that unfortunately Mayetta revealed that she was diagnosed with breast cancer. So she did a spread in People magazine and it says Mayetta Shaw Carter celebrates her 45th birthday today and reveals she was diagnosed with breast cancer. So it seems she is might be in remission. I'll be honest, I did not read the article. I saw the post and I was like, my goodness. But I am wishing her all the best. I hope that she is able to beat it and go into remission. And then today, while I'm recording this video, it was announced again, I think by people, that Dwight has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. I said, my God, today, everybody getting cancer. So I'm rooting for both of them. We all know early detection helps save lives. So please, like I said earlier, go to the hospital. I know hospitals are uncomfortable to a lot of people, but if you have the opportunity, if you have the resources, please take advantage of it, okay? But yeah, positive vibes to them. So let's move over to Miss Phaedra. They released her tagline and I don't like it. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I was expecting, but there were a lot of people on Twitter who were making up their own taglines for Phaedra, and theirs were a lot better. I think one of the ones that I liked the most, and I'm paraphrasing, was like, I returned and now I'm juicier than ever, or something like that. I was like, what is this? But Phaedra's reads, I returned from the dead, now let's bury the past for good. Y'all, I know they give them a like list of taglines. Sometimes they can come up with their own taglines, but there had to have been better taglines than this. Like, girl, you're not even here long enough to talk about the past. Like, or us to get invested into you. So I definitely feel like they could have came harder than this. So, since we brought up Miss Phaedra and we know she's going to be here for the reunion, I want to talk about the reunion's like seating charts. Okay. Y'all know, as Bravo fans, as Real Housewife fans, we all like to speculate about the seating charts. Okay. And shouts out to a Twitter user I see all the time. His name is Majestic Myron. Follow him. He normally has pretty good takes on the Real Housewives shows and other Bravo shows. But he posted two seating charts that he thought would be for the reunion. Okay. So this is what he posted. He says, my hashtag RHOA season 16 reunion seating chart predictions. So the first one goes like this. It's Andy in the middle. Then you have Porsha, Brit, Phaedra, then Cynthia on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, it goes Shamia, Kelli, Angela, Drew. I didn't really agree with this one, especially because if you look at the right-hand side with Shamia, Kelli, Angela, and Drew, they're all kind of firing, I won't say on all full cylinders, but they have been really focal points of this season. So I don't know. And I definitely wouldn't put Drew at the end of the couch. She would not be at the end of the couch if you ask me. So the other example that he had was Andy in the middle, Porsha, Phaedra, Brit, and Cynthia on the side. And then on the right-hand side would be Drew, Angela, Shamia, and Kelli. And this one I really agree with, but I'm also like, that right-hand couch, I don't know if I would even put Kelli at the end because Kelli has been in things, but I don't know, not as much as Shamia, Angela, and Drew. So the right hand side makes sense, and even the left hand side still sucks we not getting Kenya. But please drop down in the comments below and like let me know like what would your seating chart be, or do you agree with either one of the seating charts that he created? So next, let's talk about Porsha. So shouts out to No Chase TV. They posted this video of Porsha and basically talking about how she's excited for the reunion, but they titled the video as this. It says Porsha Williams is looking forward to the reunion and Andy Cohen moderating instead of Kelli Ferrell talking over everyone. And I'm gonna play that clip for you guys. It is sped up, but the reason why I'm bringing this to you is Kelli actually responded, and I was surprised. It seems like there's some animosity between the girls. So let me play the clip.
This particular reunion is literally the complete opposite. This particular reunion, I'm really, really looking forward to. Thoroughly looking forward to this reunion. Partially because there was a lot in this reunion there's a lot that needs to be talked about in this reunion that happened off camera. And then there's a lot that happened on camera that didn't come out clearly or wasn't fully understood, or how producers only have but so much to shoot down to. You know what I'm saying? Like we film for hours, but they have to chop it down to fit. How long is the show? 45 minutes to an hour? So you're talking about a luncheon that you see is probably shot about 3 hours or 2 hours, and they're having to take out the goodness or enough of the context in order to come up with a narrative to show to you guys. But the rest of it, you may not see. Maybe there's someone who was a little quiet that should have spoke up, or maybe there's someone talking over somebody and you couldn't hear what the other person said or whatever. There's always, this season, I feel there was a lot that went under the radar, right? When it comes to group conversation. So I am looking forward to this reunion so that we're all gonna be in the same room. We don't have to worry about Kelli trying to talk over everybody and be the moderator. She seems like she does the best job she can, but we don't need that from her. We have a real host, which is Andy, and Andy is going to be able to move through the conversation and let people speak who need to speak. And my biggest focus will definitely be for each person to be heard. I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes to truth, you got to hear all sides. And I feel like the audience watching this season was confused about a lot, right? I mean, y'all definitely were confused and upset with me, and you're confused as you see, other people and their actions and things like that. And so I just feel like this is the perfect opportunity to bring all the truth to the reunion. This is going to be the most truthful reunion ever. And I'm so freaking excited about it. I don't usually bring receipts, but this reunion, they're needed. They are absolutely needed. They are absolutely needed. It won't be nothing nasty. I'm not a low down, nasty type of person when it comes to like trying to bring up this and seedy things. But there's definitely some things that need clarification. Yeah, on a lot of different fronts, with a lot of different girls on the show. So I definitely don't plan to come in and attack anybody. I don't come in to expose anybody. I hopefully we leave the reunion and we all agree to disagree. Right? Or we leave the reunion and you apologize, or you apologize and I apologize, whatever needs to happen, but we can leave the reunion with a respect, right? Because truth is truth. You can't really, finagle and change truth.
So when I saw this clip, it got me to wondering, is Real Housewives of Atlanta going to pull a Potomac where the reunion was actually better than the season? Because Porsha talking about you can't refute the truth. I mean, that is a fact, but girl, it's a cast full of liars. So I don't know what truth. I mean, yes, bring the receipts because I want to see them. But I wonder, are the receipts for Drew or are they for Shamia? Because it's going to be messy if these receipts are for Shamia. Okay. But moving on, like I said, Kelli saw this video and she quote tweeted the video by saying this: okay, finally, now Andy, please get this girl a harness so she can finally sit down and answer the questions she's been avoiding. There will be no passes at reunion. Oh, we'll see. Someone finally getting held accountable at Porsha for real. And then she hit the hashtag with she's a runner, she's a track star. What year did that come out? Was it 2020 or like 2021? I just remember that when that song came out, everybody was playing that over the summer and at the cookouts, at the clubs, at the day parties. I wonder what happened to that guy. She did. But the last person we're gonna get into is Miss Brit Eady, because girl, she keep embarrassing herself. Okay, so I did speak about Brit being exposed by the event decorator, not to be confused with an event planner or an event coordinator. Okay, the lady's name is Bella. I did the drama video and I showed you guys what she said in her Insta stories, as well as there was another content creator that actually was in correspondence with Bella and got more tea. Well, Giorgio says actually found legal documents proving that Miss Bella wasn't lying and that Brit owes her way more than $1,700. So let me play that clip for you guys.
Brit, can you just pay this event decorator her $1,700 so we can move on? Now, I know I already talked about this, but there's an actual legal letter from a lawyer to Brit from Bella, the owner of the event company, asking for this money. So as you guys can see, this letter from the law offices of Taylor Murray sent Miss Eady this letter explaining that she still owes Bella $1,750 because the total amount for this event was $3,500. And Bella did provide me with some screenshots of the text message correspondence around this event. And Brit clearly says, we need to only have small plates for guests. I can't afford entrees. Tragic. Brit then went on to say it would be cutting too much into the budget if she fed entrees to all of the 20 other guests outside of the housewives. It's also very clear that Brit has never thrown an actual event before, because treating your event decorator like she's the actual coordinator is wild. And based on this message from Bella, the short notice piece is probably why they couldn't reserve any private space, so they were left with what they were gonna get. But what about the Jumpstart agency, Brit? I mean, honestly, it would have been like 3 of these master classes you would have to sell with a couple add-ons, and you could have easily paid Bella back. From rags to rags, baby. You might need to ask for a pay advance on one of your Bravo checks, Brit.
Here's the thing, this is embarrassing. And the situation keeps getting worse because the next clip we're going to talk about is Brit and her husband owing the country club. But pay that lady her money. And I feel like the only reason why Brit hasn't paid her the remaining $1,750 is because I think she believes that because Bella didn't do what she wanted her to do, or the event didn't go off without a hitch, that she's holding the money, not understanding that Bella is a decorator, not a coordinator or a planner. Because like Giorgio said in the text messages, and I looked at him because I paused the video, it clearly seems like she thinks she's talking to an event planner, somebody is supposed to help her, but she's just the decorator. Like, that's not her job. And like Bella said, she went above and beyond doing what she needed to do in order to make this event what it was. You know, it wasn't great, but she did what she was supposed to do and then some. So she just need to pay the lady. Just pay her. You don't have $1,700. Even I got that and my ass is broke. Okay. Like I have that. Okay. So, like I said, the next clip I was going to play for you guys is Giorgio says, bringing up how the country club that they hosted this launch party, Kentucky Derby, polo, golfing event, they actually filed a civil suit against Brit's husband, Mike, because they owed them basically $10,000 and they haven't paid for it yet, okay? Or allegedly haven't paid for it yet. But let me play that clip and let's get into what Giorgio says.
Well, geez, Brit, if you were going to skip out on the entire tab at the country club, at least you could have just gone ahead and fed the whole room. Actually, the country club filed a civil lawsuit against Mike for skipping out on the tab. A little birdie did tell me this morning that there was an actual document out there that did show that the country club did, in fact, go after Mike for that event that we just watched. That was horrendous, but I guess they felt like they didn't need to pay for it. So here's the document, and you'll notice that the date of the event coincides with Bella's text messages. The dates all around that coincide with this. This is obviously the event that we saw. It was a golf event, they called it, and a banquet. Okay, so it was about almost 10 grand worth of services and food, and now there's some interest added. So we're looking at about 10K that they skipped out on. And this document does show that on December 3rd, someone went to go serve Mike, but he wasn't home, and whoever was home, they suspect would be his wife, but she refused to provide a name. So not only do you owe Bella and Infinity Events $1,750 that you have yet to respond to her request for payment, you now have this side of it where you have the country club that you did not privately reserve the space, You added more plates, but only to the media and bloggers that were sitting at the table because you didn't want them to write anything horrible about your event. And then you just go ahead and skip on out. You don't even pay for it. You're just like, whatever. Now, there's no other documents that give any further updates to this situation, so I'm not sure if Mike reached out to the country club directly and worked it out, but there's nothing outside of these documents around this situation. I mean, if you're broke, just say that.
Girl, I really am convinced that Brit got on this show to get embarrassed. You had what happened with Kenya. Then you have, Angela wrapping her up not once but twice. Drew playing in her face. To now, and really getting it. Did you sell it? Drew got her good. To now, this horrible event, to then being exposed by the decorator, to now they saying that you and your husband owe the country club $10,000. And then we about to talk about the tragic donation that you gave, but you walking around with a Birkin. Ma'am. Like the old people say, girl, get somewhere and sit down, because this is embarrassing, bro. And it seems like some people's feathers got ruffled a little bit, okay? Especially when these two content creators came out with their videos of their experiences at Brit Eady's event. So I did not watch House of Aaron's video, but I will put the thumbnail on the screen so you guys can go visit his channel. I think on Twitter he made mention that he did eat, and then Bingeworthy. I saw his video. I saw part of the video. Let me, be correct. And he spoke about his experience. I know a lot of people were shocked to see him because when the camera panned to the crowd as the ladies were arguing, he was one of the faces in the crowd. And he had this face of like, oh, the girls is really fighting. Like he was giggled or like tickled by it. But he said in his video that the table he was at was like social media people. They got food, but he didn't get a plate. So he didn't eat, okay? And people were upset once that information got out. I saw a couple of tweets, and my thing is, I don't think anybody should be mad at House of Aaron or Bingeworthy, because at the end of the day, they were there to do a job. Their job is content creation and talking about these shows. But I do understand why people were frustrated, because it shows what is most important to Brit, which is the optics, which also shows how she's been trying to show up on this show. As long as I look the part, no one's gonna clock me. But it's like, girl, you're very clockable. You very are. But that's all I got for y'all in this video. Please be on the lookout for my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 13. As always, remember to be bravely authentic. Definitely hop down in the comments below and share your thoughts with me. All right, and I'm out, y'all. Deuces.